2,500 XRP. That is it. That is all you need to be considered the top 10% of XRP holders. The top 10% of the future elite, the future millionaires. That goes to show you just how early we are. The fact that because XRP hasn't exploded in price just yet, people are being ignorant, expecting immediate returns and saying that because XRP has all these great partnerships but nothing's happening, that XRP will never move. They fail to see that the foundation has already been set for XRP to explode in value once institutions start flooding into DeFi, start flooding into the XRP ledger. At the recent Singapore press conference, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse stated that RLUSD will be accepted as collateral for all services at Hidden Road. You know, the prime brokerage platform that Ripple acquired a few months back? The prime brokerage that is used by hundreds of leading financial institutions and banks all across the world. Yeah, that one. RLUSD, Ripple stablecoin, will be the first stablecoin enabling efficient large-scale cross-margin trading between virtual assets and traditional markets 24/7, 365. RLUSD will have first mover advantage in bridging the gap between TradFi and DeFi, and this is a multi-trillion dollar opportunity. With RLUSD being used as collateral, being used for all services within Hidden Road, the demand will skyrocket. Therefore, the demand and price of XRP will also skyrocket, as XRP is a liquidity bridge for all RLUSD transactions on the XRP ledger. So basically, XRP will be used for all services at Hidden Road. XRP is being indirectly accepted as collateral by one of the biggest prime brokerage platforms in the world. Do you not see, or can you not envision what's going to do for XRP's demand and its price in the future? Because as we just saw, Hidden Road is also part of the DTC seed and netting system for the Government Securities Division of FICC. This makes Hidden Road and Ripple and XRP responsible for clearing trillions of dollars a year. The DTCC handle quadrillions of dollars. That is absolutely insane stuff, and just to give you a number for your own peace of mind right now, both Brad Garlinghouse have said it, and now equally, Ripple's managing director Fiona Murray confirmed as well that this is a $3 trillion setup for RLUSD and XRP coming to the XRP ledger thanks to Hidden Road. Take a listen.
And then finally, one last use case that I'm really excited about, like why we launched RLUSD, is this whole world of collateral. And with our acquisition of Hidden Road last year cleared over $3 trillion. They're going to be using RLUSD for collateral in lending, and this is another game-changing step forward for the industry. So we're really excited about what's to come.
Now, I highlight all of this because there was a very, very interesting presentation with Brad Garlinghouse not too long ago. Very interesting, that broke down why XRP and the XRP ledger is more than just a digital asset and a blockchain, but actually aiming to be the backbone for global finance. How Ripple has spoken to corporations like Uber. How their model fixes the interoperability issues with Amazon. And as you listen to this interview, I encourage you to remember what we've just covered regarding Hidden Road and RLUSD, and how this massive partnership just made this press conference, this speculation, if you will, how it's made it an incoming reality. Take a listen again.
Pointed to is companies like Amazon employ a couple hundred engineers, and all they do is they integrate into payment networks around the world. So Amazon today, last time I checked, could only support payouts in 19 different currencies. Amazon is, I think one of the $2 trillion companies, and yet Amazon, their marketplace, which is a huge piece of their business, they can only pay out in 19 currencies. And that is a hodgepodge of integrations around the world, ranging from India to China to the EU. Now, if you think about the implication of that to more tangibly a business, we have had conversations with other networks, other marketplaces like Uber. Uber knows that if they can pay their drivers more frequently, the retention of their drivers goes up. Uber has a big challenge in that people join They become drivers and then they churn out. That means that Uber has to go acquire new drivers. That's not a great thing. Now, some of you probably took a taxi here this morning. When you got out of the taxi, you either paid them in cash or you paid them with a credit card, which frankly would settle in a couple days. In contrast, when you're using Uber, the Uber drivers get paid every 2 weeks. Why is it they get paid every 2 weeks? How can we reduce the friction so every time you get out of an Uber, the Uber driver gets paid? Uber wants that to happen, and despite being obviously a major player, the ability, the friction even associated for someone like that is challenging. Our vision is to truly enable global payments such that you can plug in with one API, and whether you're seeking liquidity, whether you're seeking a payment into a payment network, whether you're seeking a payment to a bank, to reduce that friction such that it is real-time and extremely low cost. By doing that, we think we can let RippleNet truly scale to serve a new set of customer demands. On demand and real time. Again, we are all witnessing a generation grow up that are sometimes pejoratively described as millennials. They expect real time. They've grown up with the expectation that this is going to be a real-time experience. They can click on their phone and have ice cream delivered in 30 minutes. I do love ice cream. Let's not criticize that. So we can make them low cost. We can truly get a dramatic reduction in the error rate such that there are not failures, and deliver an elegant experience both to banks and to their customers.
Do you see how now Ripple is bridging that gap between DeFi and TradFi, how stablecoins, or even CBDC, but right now it's stablecoins, how the RUSD, they're the entry point. But it all correlates to the exposure of Ripple and of XRP, institutions that want to use RLUSD, which there are hundreds, if not now thousands already, and some of them are governments as well. If they want to use RUSD, they have to own some XRP for the transaction fee. So knowing that, now do you see why 2,500 XRP, a quarter of 10k, is not that much? Really not. There is 58 billion XRP in the circulating supply. A total of 100 billion, most is locked up in Xgrow, but 58 billion circulating, and just 2,500 of that puts you in the top 10%. We are so early. TradFi will use XRP, making it go mainstream, and then it will be too late. You'll need a lot more to be considered top 10% of the future elites. So do your own research, and if you want to learn much more about the incoming opportunity, then come learn much more here in the VIP, warp.com/coinfactory. From Alpha institutional research documents, learn what smart money is saying to their clients ahead of time, allows to get ahead of the retail market, educational courses, trade alerts, private live streams, and so much more. Check it all out. 7-day free trial. And remember, as always, don't look short term, think long term, and I'll see you in the next one.